Islam, boys. Look, real quick. I did some digging and I ran into something. First of all, let me formally. This is gonna be a quick one. This is gonna be a quick one, y'all. All right. Let me formally, greet everybody how I do. Islam, salamu alaikum, Shabbat shalom, shalom, osio, holito. Whatever your greeting is, man. Peace to everybody. Peace to everybody. Yeah, peace to everybody. Right, but I got a real quick drop. I wanted to put on y'all real quick. So look, check this out. Have y'all heard about Lake Lanier? Right? Have y'all heard about Lake Lanier? So I know everybody knows about Lake Lanier, right? If you don't know, real quick. Lake Lanier is a popular lake in Georgia that has been that has a representation for being one of the deadliest in the United States. Since its creation in 1956. So, Lake Lanier's, right? Lake Lanier creation was in 1956, right? So, y'all know that this is man-made. Dams are man-made. Okay? Dams are man-made. So it says nearly 700 people have died at the lake from boating collisions, drowning, and freak accidents. Right? Between 1999 and 2018, there were 57 boating fatalities and 145 drownings. From 2015 to 2018, there were 43 lake-related deaths and 128 boating accidents. Some people believe that the lake may be haunted. Now, when you start doing your research, you see everybody has to do their own knowledge. You got to do your own knowledge, right? My GS, one of my GSs that I respect and love and that I will rock out for, right? Asir, the Duke of Tears. Peace, that's my brother, you hear me? But one thing about Asir is, Asir might give me a gem, Asir might give me a jewel, right? But he won't tell me what I need to know, like really need to know. He makes me do the knowledge. He might say, more, read this book. More, read this book. And more, read this book. Read this book. And then you deliver what you get out of the book. You do the knowledge. We're not going to give y'all the answers to everything, right? When you want to know about our story, then you have to do the knowledge. You got to do the knowledge. When it's your turn, when it's your time. Now, one thing for me, the reason why I said that was this. I have a bunch of sevens in my birthday. Let's talk about numerology. That also came from the Moors. All sciences came from the Moors. We already know this. Okay, if you don't know this, then you're not a real researcher. All right, because we already know that everything was rewritten. We already know that the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers rewrote everything. They rewrote our story and they wrote his story, right? And they flipped everything, right? They had a book burning, they burnt some books. You feel me? All for what? So that we wouldn't know the real truth about Amorica, aka America, i.e. El Maghrib, i.e. India Superior, i.e. El Morocco, a.e. a Maxim. That's rock. So when I started see, I had a bunch of sevens, and my birthday is 7/20. So I did the knowledge on 7/20. So I found out that this 7/20 lets me know a lot of things about the work that I'm doing, that angels have been sent to move me around this historical paradigm, so that when I see certain numbers, it lets me know that I'm on the right track. Here we go. 700, right? 700, right? Right? I was born in 1970, right? I don't really want to put my birthday out there, because y'all play a lot of games. Even though my armor is thick, I got serious armor and I have thick skin. So, it take a lot to really get at me. So it'd be hard to try to get at me, all you witches and goblins and ghouls out there, you know what I mean, that don't want the Moors to know who we really are. Right. So this thing, Lake Lanier, right? First of all, I already knew that dams are man-made. And if all this stuff is going on in this lake, it's probably because the water is something under that water. It was something under that water. It was a town under that water. It was uh uh um I didn't seen images of divers going down to the bottom of some of these dams or lakes or whatever, right? And they're finding whole houses under the water. They're finding roads under the water. They're finding uh, 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 burial sites. God bless the dead. But they're finding burial sites underwater. Yeah. So then I started doing some digging on that, and I found out that they say that they removed the bodies and put them somewhere else into another burial site, which that is, you don't touch nobody's body. You don't do that. You don't remove somebody from their resting place, from their ancestral resting place, and then put them somewhere else. You don't do that. So if this Lake Lanier, I mean, listen, I'm not even going to do the knowledge on it, because I'm sorry, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to go deep into Lake Lanier, because I'm quite sure that everybody knows about Lake Lanier. Every time I turn around, somebody dying in Lake Lanier, right? Every time you turn around, somebody dying in Lake Lanier. Every time you turn around, you see the number 700 people since nearly 700 people, yeah. And since it was established in 1956. So now it's like a tourist attraction. You can get your paddle boats and all this stuff. All these dams that are flooded out, they just turn them into like resort areas, like areas for people to come and stay, and Airbnb and all this, hotels, and fun land. It's fun land. But who, what the boy? Sometimes I be trying to chill on my verbals, but I'm a Moor dog. I'm a Bay. Okay, I'm a Bay, and Bays are governors of the land, bro. And also Bays are foot soldiers too, right? So it's kind of hard. It's in my blood to want to rectify shit and pimp slap. Like really, I ain't talking about like how y'all be talking about with these debates and shit. I'm talking about like really put hands on somebody, duh. Like some of the phony fucked up shit that's going on. Yo, a lot of you niggas need to be beat the fuck up. I'm talking about beat up. All of you red apples, all of you AKA red apples, AKA sellouts, right? Y'all know who y'all are. I'm not even gonna start going to y'all names. I'm tired of you niggas, man. Fuck y'all for real. Uh, you know, yeah, I'm trying to watch, but I can already tell in me, in my 11 brothers and sisters, in my nieces and nephews, and the women in my get ready to be 2-year-old, Amarvu McGee Bay is his name. Yeah, yeah, he's a Moor. That's right. Amarvu, like Tupac Amaru. Do the etymology of Amaru, and you'll know why I named him Amaru. And guess what? He act just like it. Trips me out. Do the knowledge on it. So yeah. So when I started seeing this on the TV, they got a whole like documentary out about Lake Lanier, about all these people that have drowned. Now, out of the pictures that I saw, I hate to say this, but it was a bunch of Slavics. It was a bunch of Slavics. Most of them were Slavics. Most of them were Khazars. Most of them were, you know what Khazars are, right? Okay, you know the word Khazar, linguistics, Khazar, Caucasian, Caucasus Mountains, yeah, Slavics. Do I gotta go into that? Y'all should know that by now. All right, so now a lot. So why was this happening? Why was this happening? Why is this happening? Why is Allah letting this happen? I'm ready to show y'all why. I knew it. I already knew it. I felt it. See, that's why I know that that's why I know my bloodline. I already did the knowledge on my ancestors. Then I found out that my great great grandfather uh was in the Revolutionary War, and they called them the dragoons, the dragons. They called them the dragoons or the dragons. Yeah. So when I saw that, then I knew what was going on, right? Because the dragoons, the Moors were, you had dragon Moors, phoenix Moors, and the immortal Khan Moors. Okay? So yeah, but let me show this. Well, this is why I already knew. I just had to do the knowledge on it, right? So boom, here we go. So the
for a lot of things. Martin Luther King Jr., Stacey Abrams, and the haunted Lake Lanier. Yeah, I said it, haunted. If you spend any time in or around Atlanta, you've heard these tales. Eerie accounts of ghostly kayaks floating on the water, a woman with no hands roaming the bridge, unexplainable boating accidents, and of course the extremely high drowning toll. Even survivors of near drownings claim it was like someone pulled me underwater. That's why many folks will tell you straight up don't go to Lake Lanier. But here at Black Folklore, we uncover African American stories mysteriously hidden from history. I'm Grant Yanni, and this is Black Folklore. Lake Lanier is a beautiful, serene destination spot, picturesque, just 40 miles outside of Atlanta in Forsyth County, Georgia. Every year, effervescent young people from all over flock to the lake with family and friends. And every year, there's a new story added to the folklore. But outside of random freak accidents, there's a legitimate reason why the lake could possibly be racism. Settled along the Chattahoochee waters, Forsyth County, Georgia, was once sacred land occupied by the Cherokee Nation. However, from the 8th the 1830s to the 1850s, the Indian Removal Act signed by President Jackson forced out about 100,000 natives from their homeland to what is now Oklahoma. By the early 1900s, the Georgia land was now known as Oscar Ville, became home to roughly 1,100 black folks, most of whom were freed after fighting in the American Civil War. Many worked as field hands, farmers, carpenters, or performed odd jobs for white residents in the surrounding neighborhoods. They managed to make a decent living for themselves, creating a healthy, thriving community, churches, schools, and small businesses. But all of that would change in September of 1912, when two separate sexual assaults against white women were reported, and the white people in town pointed the fingers at young black men as the alleged culprits. The first incident on September 5th involved 22-year-old Ellen Rice, who claimed two black men tried to rape her. The fourth Forsyth County Sheriff arrested 5 black men for the alleged assault. A week later, on September 12th, 18-year-old May Crow was raped and beaten and found the next morning half naked, bloody, and hidden under a pile of leaves. Searchers would allegedly find a small pocket mirror at the scene of the crime that was said to belong to Ernest Knox. A 16-year-old black boy from Cumming, Georgia. Knox, along with 4 additional black men suspected to be his accomplices, were arrested and taken into custody. As word spread of the attack on Crow, whites became increasingly angry, and a lynch mob of more than 2,000 formed in front of the jailhouse where the boys were being detained. Soon, they stormed the county jail, shooting and killing one boy, Rob Edwards, then dragged his body from the
Shabbat Shalom.